Hey, Merry Christmas. A few years ago, I made this tutorial with a kit that was people could purchase, and they don't have the kits anymore right now. We should get those back in stock, but it's still good content. I figure I might as well give you a quick tutorial or quick supply list at Hobby Lobby to make this wooden bead felted wool garland. So all you need to grab is a little bit of a sturdy string so that you can string this onto it. You'll need the wooden beads. These are from Hobby Lobby. You'll want to grab the wool that then you can felt with. So there's $6.50, different colorways here. You'll need one sewing needle that will go onto your string so that you can poke through the wool bead. And then you're going to need the needles for felting themselves. They're specific. They have little barbs on them to grab the wool and mix it up. And then you'll need some type of foam thing to work into because you use the needle and poke into the wool like that. So you'll need some type of foam that you can stab into. And that is it. So to follow is the videos for this little tutorial. I don't have time to refilm it, but I thought, hey, the content's still fun. So I hope you enjoy. It's a younger me, different hairstyle. I could see then. Anyway, well, happy making, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. See ya. Hi, thanks for buying this Garland kit. To get started, we're going to just pull out the little batch of string. And I've given you about a foot extra, so if you mess this up, just cut it off. It's no big deal. But our goal is to create a loop at the end that you can hook over a nail and hang in your room or Christmas branch or whatever you're using it for. Take your string, turn it into an upside down U, and then pinch it together. And then all you'll need to do from this point is just just knot it like you would your shoelace. Alrighty, and pull it tight. And there you go. You have a nice, this one's little, it can be bigger, really doesn't matter. And now we'll move on to making our beads. Hi, okay, next step. We're headed on to making our felted beads that will go onto our garland here. So you're going to want to get this needle out of your kit. It has the little hook on the end, and then it also has the felting needle. On the edge of these have little barbs that are hard to see, but they grab the wool and they tangle it all together so that it becomes, instead of a loose piece of wool like this, it becomes tight together like so. I will caution you, one hazard of this is that you must be careful of your thumb because it can easily get in the way. So your felted wool comes in a compact ball like that. You're gonna wanna start loosening it up and pulling it apart and just getting the fibers kind of free from one another. And then you'll start at a corner edge and you will just start to roll into a ball. You can make all sorts of creations with felted wool. We've made a tiny dog before. Last Christmas, I made an ice cream cone Christmas ornament, which was actually very simple. You can really make any shape, but for this, we're just doing the balls. This one's about the size of a large grape, and it's still loose. If I let it go, it's just gonna kind of fall apart. So what you're gonna wanna do now is take out the foam and the felting needle, and you're just gonna set it down and hold on to the wool and start stabbing it. And as you do this process, you're gonna rotate your felted wool and just keep at it, poking each of the fibers, just helping them to kind of, I don't know if you can see, but this tail is sticking out here. I'm just gonna kind of stab at it and get it all tucked together. You can rotate, do it again. And you'll just keep doing this until you have a nice compact ball. Rotating it, rotating as needed. Okay, see, now as you're starting to see, it's not perfect yet. Like I've got some kind of weird thing going here, and you just keep at it. You just keep stabbing that down and rotating it in order to make it a ball, it has to just continue to be rotated. So maybe stab it 10 times and turn. This is something easy to do while you're watching TV. Or listening to TV, I suppose. Okay, see how it's just continuing to get tighter and tighter? The more you do this, the longer you do this, the tighter your ball will become. So if you want to have big, fluffy, loose felted balls for your garland, great, that's totally fine. Go ahead and you could stop. If you like them to be a little tighter knit, then continue on, and it'll just keep compacting the ball smaller and smaller and smaller. Something else that's kind of fun to consider is, if you'll notice, some of these have multiple colors, and you can imagine how to do that. You just grab the 2-3 colors that you want, and then as you're pulling this apart, add multiple different colors together. I like to kind of keep those chunked separately though, so this one, in all honesty, is probably a little more muddled than I would normally like. If you see through here, the color kind of disappears. I like them when they are a little bit more, you can see the 3 color variations through there. But in all honesty, they're all really pretty too. So this one's blue with some pink mixed. And you can vary your sizes. So this one is huge, but other parts of our garland are tiny little ones. So you can just have fun. It's meant to be relaxing, certainly not meant to be perfect. All right, we're ready for our next step. I've kind of got started already, but I will show you what we have going. So we're gonna have our the end of our string off to one side, and then we are going to take the other side and pull out the needle that's just for sewing out of your kit, and you're gonna wanna go ahead and thread the string right through the eye of the needle. A way my grandma taught me is to pinch the string right between your fingers like so. So there's barely any sticking out, and then you just stick the needle right on top of it, okay? And it should just pop right through. If you're a kid watching this video, feel free to ask an adult for help if that's giving you grief. All right, so as we get started here, you can see I have just added a few. I personally, the way I like to make the garland is to just kind of eyeball it as I'm going along. I started with 3 wooden beads, then I added one of my felted beads on, and then did 3 more wooden, 1 large wooden, 4 more wooden, and then another felted one. And then I'm adding some more wooden ones. So you can just go ahead and kind of space these out. You should have had enough felt to make about 22 to 24 felted beads. Let's see here. So on this next batch, I'm just gonna string on, I think I'm gonna do 7 this time. It's fun, and it's supposed to be just whimsical and imperfect, and it doesn't really matter. If you wanna add all your felted beads at the beginning and do all wood at the end, go for it. And worst case scenario, you don't like it at the end of it, you take it off and you do it again. As you can see from the sample ones that I've already done, it is very kind of all over. So we have larger chunks of wooden beads, and then sometimes here at the end of this one's a perfect example. Sometimes I have a bunch of felted ones all together. So just play with it as you go along and add them as you want. Enjoy. Okay, last step. You're gonna wanna remove your needle now that you've put all of your beads and you're happy with how your garland looks. You're gonna wanna go ahead and pull your needle off, stick it into something like your foam so that you don't step on it. It feels like something that's a rule in our house, take it or leave it. And then you're gonna do the exact same thing that we did before. You're going to make a loop at the end of your garland, and then you're just gonna wrap it around and tie off the end with the same same knot that we did at the very beginning of the garland. Okay, and you just pull it down tight. Alrighty, and there you go. I like to cut off the extra, kind of tidy it up. I'll do it on my other side as well. Okay, and I made a little short one for the purpose of this video, but, which is actually cute. Who knows what I'll do with that. But yours will look well, like this one, and is ready to be hung wherever you'd like. Thanks for crafting with me. Have a great day.